to TCU and Baylor and
That's
Texas A&M.
crazy.
Texas
And Texas
A&M become
A&M.
the chic team.
Yes, that's embarrassing.
Thanks to Kevin Sumlin and Johnny Manziel.
That's true.
So you're a Longhorn guy.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Actually, it's I don't know. It's a short story. Growing up, I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas, and I don't know how this happened. I remember I was 11 years old in 1993. I watched Notre Dame play Texas A&M when they had Jerome Bettis. I forgot it was a bowl game.
Cotton Bowl.
And I remember
24-21.
I remember I was 11 years old, and one day I say, "Mama, I like A&M. I have no cousins, no family, no friends at A&M. I don't know why. I started liking A&M up until probably like 4 years ago, and then my love for A&M just kind of stopped. I don't know why I love them. So now in college football, I don't root for anyone. I just watch football. So I don't have a team that I just root for. Basketball,
you're kind of like it's funny because you're kind of like the way I was with the NFL, because I grew up, you'll love this, I grew up a Cowboys fan. Even though I grew up in Ohio, I'm a Big Ten guy.
Okay.
Big Ten. Grew up a Cowboys fan in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as they fired Tom Landry, out. I was
89, right? Okay.
That was it for me. So I'm a lot older than you. So as soon as Tom Landry was shown the door, I was done with the Cowboys. I still love the NFL, but I didn't have a team and just watched the NFL. And then the Browns left Cleveland, obviously went to Baltimore. Then they brought the franchise back to Cleveland. And even though my heart's really not in it, I decided, okay, I'm a Cleveland guy through and through. I'm going to root for the Browns.
Got you.
But for 10 years, I didn't have an NFL team. Loved the NFL. Would sit and watch it all day, but I didn't care who won.
Got you. I got you.
Kind of like with you in college football.
Yeah, I just love sports, so I watch it all day long. And then the UFC fight tomorrow night too, so that's gonna kind of cut into my football time a little bit.
Yeah, see, that's never going to touch my football time. UFC.
Yeah, see, I like Johnny Hendricks, but since he's hurt, he lived by me down the street, Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah, and, you've lost me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. Well, he's a fighter, but anyway,
you've completely left me down the street.
I'll be glued to the Clemson game at 7:00 with Notre Dame. So
those are the two games you would like to see above any other games: Clemson, Notre Dame, and the Georgia-Alabama game.
Those are two games that I'm most. Yep. Yes, absolutely.
Those are probably the two marquee games of the day, even though I'm looking at like 15 games that I would like to see. But yeah, if you could only pick two, I would agree with that. Even though I'm a Big Ten guy and I tend to be swayed by the Big Ten, I can't ignore what's going on with Georgia and Alabama. Alabama, an underdog for the first time in 72 games.
Yes, 72 games. Yes. How do you feel about Jim Harbaugh in Michigan? Do you think they'll turn it around and be the top dog in the Big Ten, or what do you think about that?
Oh, I think he's done an amazing job in a short period of time. That's a completely different football team than what we've seen the last few years. They're running the ball. What I like about what they're doing is he's being true to himself. He's running an offense that he understands, that he knows. He's running an old school pro style offense with a fullback and a tight end, I formation, play action passing. He's not running this read option that everybody else is running. And that Utah loss is not looking so bad now that Utah's cleaned the floor with just about everybody, including Oregon, and then they knocked out BYU last week.
That game shocked me. I'm sorry, I didn't expect a 42 point butt whooping like that.
It shocked all of us, Victor.
That got me. I didn't expect that one. That was a shocker for me. Not 42 points, not 42. So. Yeah, how you think? So, do you think Ohio State will win the Big Ten or Michigan State?
I think Ohio State's the more talented team. They're the better team, and they play in Columbus this year. So
they play in Columbus. Okay. Who do you think will take the Pac-12?
I picked UCLA at the beginning of the season, so I'll let you know I went UCLA, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Alabama for the Final Four was my pick at the beginning of the season. So UCLA's making me look pretty good at this point. They've won.
Okay.
But, they got a long way to go, and they got a true freshman quarterback. For me to be selecting a true freshman quarterback and Josh Rosen to make it to the college football playoff. Again, at USC, despite the loss to Stanford, they're loaded. They're still thin because of scholarship reductions, but they're They're loaded.
Okay. I picked Stanford in the Pac-12. After Northwestern beat, the offense didn't do good that game. It kind of made me. I'm gonna stick with them just in case. But
they haven't lost a Pac-12 game.
Who that?
They didn't lose a Pac-12 game. That was
That's
an
true.
out-of-conference game, so that doesn't hurt them.
That's true.
In terms of the Pac-12, so you're in good shape.
So Oklahoma win the Big 12.
I know that they're not the favorite by any stretch. They're typically been picked to finish in third place, but that's my pick.
Got you. ACC really damn. You got Florida State and Clemson for the ACC.
I like Clemson.
Oh, like Clemson. Okay,
yeah, Clemson this year.
And who you got to me, the best conference in football? Who you have in the SEC?
The SEC is the best conference in football, and
yes, I definitely
means me to say that, but the SEC is better than the Pac-12. I think the Pac-12 is.
You think it's second?
During this 7-year streak of the SEC winning national championships, and I won't drag you through all the metrics, but I would definitely have put up a good argument as to why the SEC was the best, but not nearly by the margin that most people thought that it was the best conference. It was much closer than the national storyline. But yeah, the SEC, it's the deepest conference. It's the best conference. Yep.
Before the season started, I picked LSU, and I was nervous about the pick because of Brandon Harris, the quarterback. But I said it because of Leonard Fournette and the defense, and of course, Les Miles. Now, I know they still got to play Alabama and the other hard teams, but what do you think about Brandon Harris as a quarterback? And you think he's good enough to lead them to the title of the SEC?
Well, they finally made a decision between Harris and Jennings, and they made the right decision. Jennings,
he's too sporadic.
The only reason he performed. What's that?
He's too sporadic. Jennings the backup now, right?
Yeah.
I didn't care for him.
No, and I think Brandon Harris would have been the starter much earlier, but the season before when Zach Mettenberger got hurt, they went with Anthony Jennings, so he had the experience of the Arkansas game and the bowl game against Iowa, so he had 2 games under his belt against good competition. He won the job just because Brandon Harris couldn't grasp the offense. But Harris is a much better player than Anthony Jennings, better arm. He's more dynamic of an athlete, but he had 1 start last season at Auburn, and he was a disaster. So with another full off season with the spring and summer workouts, he's obviously jumped up in the competition with Jennings and won the job. So I like Brandon Harris. We haven't seen him have to win a game yet. He's still, LSU's been able to play the kind of football that they've wanted to play, and that's run the ball 45, 50 times and throw it like 14 or 15 times. But if they're down by 4 with a minute and change left, and they got to go 75 yards, then it's going to be in his hands.
That's true. Yeah, because I think LSU playing Towson State this week.
They got Eastern Michigan.
Eastern Michigan. Oh my God.
They're a nice little 46-point favorite.
Oh wow, that's 200 yards for Fournette and pull him out the game. Okay,
you would think so.
He should probably he at least get 250. You think so?
Well, it depends how they play him and what they want to do with him. I would get him as $150 or so and get him out of there.
Okay, I got you. Awesome.
But a lot of good games tomorrow.
Yes. I take my little mama to the park. She started softball this year, so we're gonna do some practice with her.
Nice. Yeah, my girl plays softball.
Oh, for real, it's her first year, and she's came along quite fast. The coach was like, "Do you practice with her at home?" I said, "Yeah, man, all the time."
Good stuff.
Yeah, she's 8, so those are practicing.
Very nice.
Well, hey, nice meeting you, Mark.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Vic.
Nice meeting you.
I will talk to y'all later.